A very good morning to you from wherever you're watching us from. This is the Mkusa debate, and this is day 2. And today we have the finance aspirants in the house today. I hope you will have your questions answered, and I hope you will be enlightened. And through this debate, you will be able to know who is best suited for the finance docket in Mount Kenya University. My name is Ayeta Naomi Akinyi, and this is a Talanta MKU production brought to you by Rising Tide Media. Do not forget that we have a live audience here. They will be given an opportunity to ask questions when the time is right. Good morning, gentlemen. Kindly pick up your microphones.
Good morning, madam.
I hope you've been informed.
Good morning.
Good morning. I hope you've been informed of the rules.
Yes.
Okay, amazing. So kindly introduce yourselves and the docket you're vying for. Sorry, before you do that, Ahmed is yet to join us, but I believe he will do so during the debate. So we will begin without him, but he will join us later on in the debate. You can proceed, Chunga.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Emmanuel Kahindi Chunga, and I am an aspirant for the Finance Docket 2026-2027. And I'm here to make my fellow comrades that there's a leader who has this vision for this particular institution. Yeah, thank you.
Galgalo.
Yes, my name is Mohammed Gilgalo Godana. I'm finance aspirant 2026-2027. We are here to bring solution for the comrades. Will be our bosses there. They will elect us. That's all.
Galgalo, this is not the first time you're vying, right?
Yes,
Why is that?
because I have aspiration to meet, and through my aspiration, I'm always aiming higher to achieve what I aspire. I know thyself. I believe in thyself to achieve my highest aspiration.
You don't get tired?
I don't get tired.
Amazing.
Yes, thank you.
We can proceed. So as we all know, the docket you're getting into is a very sensitive issue. You will be handling student finances. So do you have any background in such a position? Chunga?
Yeah, sure, I do. To be honest, I've been a leader ever since I wasn't born. Yeah, I can elaborate.
Pardon?
Yeah, ever since I wasn't born, I was a leader. Because actually, if I may bring it in this way, I'm sorry to bring it in this way,
Okay.
but during the time of conceiving, actually, only one sperm hits the egg, right?
Okay.
So the sperm that produced me was the head. So I was born. So I was born as a leader.
Okay.
Thereafter, in primary, I've been a leader all through in high school as well. Yeah, I was a leader in class. I was a leader in the library. I was the school president as well in matters to do with financial accountability and everything. We've been doing a lot of charity events here and there. But I've been keeping the money safe. I don't have any negative report on my side here. So I believe I'm suiting for this particular position. Thank you.
Galgalo?
Yes, as I advise others to manage their time, I also advise Brother Chunga to understand the question about the finance. So the question is, what their capacity or leadership experience around financial management or
Yes.
finance. So I've been a treasurer of in my club, Scouts Club. I was the club treasurer when in my high school, that is Tarebo Center School, and I was also the signatories of the Mount Kenya University Environmental Club Finance. So through this, we managed a lot of time, a lot of money. Money have been allocated to us even by Mount Kenya University to do our project, which we managed, or I rather managed well. That's my experience.
Amazing, 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 amazing. Are you aware of your roles as the finance minister?
Yes, I do.
Take us through your roles.
First and foremost, my role as a finance minister is to ensure that I submit an up-to-date statement of account to the internal auditor for audition purposes. That is one. To ensure that I keep the records containing income and expenditure, as well as availing the books of accounts to any of the finance committee members, provided that a notice in 7 days' time it has been provided. Another role is ensuring that I collaboratively work with the vice president to ensure that the affairs of the students living outside the hostels or the external hostels are taken care of.
On that note, how do you intend to do that?
Be specific kindly.
How do you intend to work with the vice president in ensuring that the affairs of the students living in the outside hostels are dealt with?
Thank you so much for the question. Because, okay, this basically lies the larger part to the office of the deputy president.
But you're supposed to work with her, right?
Sure, very
How
true.
do you intend to do that?
I know their affairs are very many. For example, their diety, the what we call security and everything, it must be in place. For example, our school loves us so much. It has given us a police station post it's just near the school.
Let me break it down so that we be a bit specific. We don't go around in circles. In your manifestos, you had mentioned something about student welfare and, taking care of the students living in outside hostels. There are so many outside hostels. How do you intend to actually get to these students individually, know of their affairs, and how sure are you that the owners of these hostels will, heed to your demands?
To be honest, all these people are grown-ups. And of course, if something is not going on very well, they'll be able to communicate. And first and foremost thing that I've decided that I'll put on place is that we implement what we call clear communication channels, where in case any of the residents in those particular hostels are not taken care of, they can freely communicate. For example,
Chunga, assume communication has been made. How do you intend to deal with the grievances of these people? Communication has been made to you. You are aware of the problems they're going through in these external hostels. How do you intend to deal with these problems?
of course, working with the administration closely to ensure that their concerns are addressed, because I'm their voice. I'm to represent their concerns to
You
the
do
administration.
understand that the owners of these outside hostels are business people.
Sure, I do.
So how sure are you that they'll listen to you? Like, their affairs do not concern you in any way according to them, right? If, assuming I have a shop out here, I sell to students of Mount Kenya University, it is not the business of finance minister in Mount Kenya University what I do with my business, right? But if people complain to you, how do you intend to solve these problems? And if these people do not listen, how do you intend to ensure that the grievances of your students staying in these hostels are sorted out?
That's what I've said. People do communicate. If injustice thing has been done to you, you'll definitely communicate. After communicating, we have the administration. What's the work of administration? We're in this particular institution. Yes, we are learning. Apart from learning, we must be attended. Our needs must be addressed, because be it we are students, yes, but we also have needs, and we are supposed to seek for support and help from the administration.
Galgalo, can you respond to the same question?
Yes, on the matters, as my learned friend has said, working with the vice president. So, in the matters of affairs of students outside the campus, the security, the welfareness. So, working with VP, on my capacity, we shall ensure that there will be a report from selected students of representative. For example, in each and every hostel
Okay.
or blocks, we get a report. Then this is a request, and we have a talk with the landlords or landladies. We agree, and because this is our duty, delegated to us by the constitution or even institution for the fare of the students. So we should ensure that it is clean by good talks, having good talks. We ensure that it is well furnished, or in terms of, for instance, bed bugs, for example, some are infested, and that's why most of the comrades, some live in Nairobi or stay in other parts of this country, but not around the school. This because of lack of good hospitable hostels and the houses. So we shall work in the management of the house and liaise with the administration, so that from the word go as they join school, we shall ensure that they will join or they will stay in conducive environment for they'll join a good house that listen to us, because we work on reports, right? From past years, we get reports. How does this tenant or this landlady or landlord behave when students come to them? Do they despise? Do they listen to us? So that it is easy, we know where our comrades live, and we can follow up.
Okay, so were you done with the roles?
If you can just add one,
Okay.
ensuring that in each and every academic semester, organize a public lecture, exhibition, or a congress, in consultation with the dean. Also preparing a list of guest speakers in matters to do with academics and professional growth.
Okay, Galgalo, same question. Your roles as the finance minister?
Report to internal auditor on the financial report of the semester, and requested through the dean of student to the finance office for any project of Mkusa, and ensuring the security of the student in collaboration with the incoming and of course unopposed Secretary General, and ensuring that the safety of students, working with the Vice President.
How do you intend to do that? Matters safety?
Matters safety, it is about it will come to one of my manifestos of or my roles as community engagement, friendliness to the school or to the school or institution. So matter security now comes in. What is our relation with the community?
Okay.
For instance, if you see student in uniform, that student have security and respect.
We do not wear uniforms in Mount Kenya University.
Yes, I'm coming to that.
Okay.
So in Mount Kenya now, students, when we have a certain section led by students, that's our identification. For example, say of Ziwani, what is the community around they're giving us security? Okay, what are we doing for them? For instance, one of the projects I did, cleanness, on that first still we have one in Kiganjo and Makongeni. Such communities, if it is Mount Kenya University student doing that, will this community be hostile to students? No, that is our identification, like uniform. You see, security. The other aspect we shall follow on security measures are our security patrols working with the students. We make these police are not enemies. We make them friendly so that they are, in case of any emergencies, they are just a call away. Yes, boss or CS, I'm so and so. We need such emergency. Comrade has been robbed off or has been kidnapped or even that, so that we we make a good rapport with the security agencies.
Okay, proceed with the roles.
So one of them I mentioned, that's community engagement, and also helping, supporting, and making accountable of comrades, those who are living out of the school and coming back. That is through means of transportation. And management and a good report of finance of Mkusa. I think that's some of them. Yes.
I have a question.
Okay.
Should Mkusa publish a detailed financial breakdown every semester for the students to see? Chunga?
If needed be, let it be.
If
Because
need be.
If need be, let it be. Because
I'd prefer if you give me a yes or a no.
I've said so because of one thing.
Mm-hmm.
If there is accountability and transparency, why doing that? Because now the problem comes when there is no transparency. We're expecting some things to be done and are not done. But now imagine we don't have any problem with that. So I don't see any need for that.
How will the students know that you are accountable? That is the way of you being accountable to
Sure,
them.
sure.
You
Very sure.
releasing these financial breakdowns to them. So we cannot assume that you're doing your role, you're being transparent, and you're being accountable. So why do you feel there is no need, no particular need for you to release these documents to the students?
If I may respond that using the first three roles of the finance secretary. One, it is submitting the books of account to the internal auditor. That is one. Two, ensuring that each and every academic semester I present the reports on expenditure and income generated. And the third one, it is saying that I ensure that I present the books of account to any of the Mkusa committee finance member upon the production of a 7-day notice. I think that is enough accountability, according to
Galgalo,
me.
do you have something to say on the same?
I think my friend should understand questions easily. Internal auditor, I believe, is not a student.
Yeah.
Mkusa committee, I believe, the way you composed your question, they should not in the category because you are on the table working on the same script. Now, responding to the question, the student should be informed. The script should be shown, the well budget, everything, how the money allocated to us is being spent. You see, because that is why they elect us. They were our bosses, they are outside now, my delegates. You see, they were the ones who vote me. Why? To serve them. In what capacity am I serving them? You see, am I accountable? Am I transparent? And that is what we like in Mkusa leadership. And electing Galgalo, G4, and that is what we're going to see as leaders.
Excuse, a question to him. Because you said that I should understand the question, I would like you just give us on how you'll go about this particular matter, kindly.
And again, I advise him to be keen because that is the answer I gave you.
Excuse a minute.
Okay.
You said how the budget will be broken down for us to understand how our money are being allocated, right?
My question was, should Mkusa, through you, the finance minister, publish a detailed financial breakdown every semester for the students to see?
Yes.
So your response was yes. You said when need be.
Yeah, when need be.
So you believe the students are not entitled to actually seeing how Mkusa is taking care of their funds?
They need not to be there. They elected us so that we can be responsible, accountable, and transparent. How can they need be? From the word go, they are in need, and they should see. Yes, because we are the ones elected by them to be transparent to them. And that's the problem with Mkusa. You elect someone, you are just there at the city on the bench. That is finance minister. That is finance minister. I don't know how that the pride came about. We should be humble to work with our fellow friends. Yes.
Okay, Galgalo, since you said yes, how do you intend to go about this process? Where do you intend to, or I mean, post or have this financial breakdown sent to so that the students can access them?
I think Talanta MKU should organize time for us
Mm-hmm.
so that they can record everything, financial budgeting, and a well written, well audited script. And we shall, you as a now institution or as Talanta,
Mm-hmm.
you are allowed to display on the screen, which is in public domain. Yes.
Okay, amazing, amazing, amazing. Moving on, how do you envision the finance ministry if elected? How do you envision your tenure to be if elected, Chunga?
Thank you so much. According to me, the way I see the vision of the Mkusa office, I need the office to be transparent and accountable and hospitable for each and every one of us, and giving opportunities for any one of us to access any service.
Okay.
Yeah, and also giving room for other people, not just some people to access their office and others. No, 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 no. Yeah, that's my take.
Galgalo?
Yes, and we cannot say according to me. We say in my opinion, in my view. Yes, now in my understanding, it is easy to work with my fellow comrades, to welcome them, make this office open to them.
Okay.
They elected me. I call all delegates after my election, sit with them. I ask them, why did you decide to elect me? They have their answers. I elected you so that you can do this and this. I already know. What changes do you need? Looking at the final years, the past years, now currently we are in another new year, 2026. What do you expect of me or this office? So the response, I should make this office open so that it is for discussion. Then I implement. And that office is very free for them to come in. And comrades outside there know me, how I interact with them, and it is more when they elect me, of course, because they are my boss. Thank you.
Okay.
A question
Proceed.
to my friend Galgalo. Don't take it offensive, but it's just a question. I need to understand something kindly. You'll call your delegates. This means those who voted for you in. Oh, what do you mean? Kindly respond to that.
All delegates.
Thank you.
We can proceed. As someone aspiring to be in the finance ministry, you're expected to be aware of some financial terms. In that line, what do we mean by balanced deficit, and how do we address it? Chunga?
Balance, deficit, and
Yes.
how do we address it?
Yes.
Would you allow me to give this chance to my friend Galgalo, then I get back to you kindly?
Do you know what a balanced deficit is, yes or no?
I'm just requesting that.
Kindly answer my question. Do you know what a balanced deficit is, yes or no?
Can I give this chance to my friend?
Galgalo?
So let him get some points from maybe what I'm going to answer. So, a balance is the amount of money that remains between expenditure and the income and the expenditure. Now a balanced deficit is like lack of something.
Yeah.
So when now a balanced deficit, for example, in our office, so when we face such a balanced deficit, we shall going to address in a way that we make accountable and keep record of everything. That's mostly the balanced deficit is caused by a lack of enough budgeting, or 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 rather an improper or use of the money allocated. Yes.
Chunga?
Yeah, in some situations, the funds may not be enough for a certain budget. Yeah, so I think that is the balance deficit. Yeah, and how to address it. One of the roles of the finance secretary, it says that to revert the funds that will have remained after certain project has taken place. So addressing that, yeah, I think we can use that sum or that amount to come and cover where there's a deficit.
A balanced deficit, it occurs when a government, organization, or an individual spends more than their income or their revenue. So you are pretty much on the right track. I didn't quite get what you were explaining, but it's okay. So how do you deal with a balanced deficit? Chunga.
I think I've addressed it. I've said
Kindly take us through it again.
one of the roles of the Mkusa finance secretary is to revert any amount that remains from any project that has been taken. Yeah, because sometimes we may draft a budget and maybe we may not use the whole of that amount. So if we revert it back and there's a project, there's a deficit somewhere, we can take that money and solve this particular issue. Yeah, that's my take.
Galgalo.
Be clear on definition.
A balanced deficit occurs when a government, organization, or an individual spends more than their income. So the expenditure is more than the income.
Yes.
So how would you address such an issue?
I asked that for my friend because he's saying there is a certain amount of money they will use. It is as if they are chipping in again on that the mislocation or allocation rather of amount. So when a company or government overspend more than their income, there's this deficit. So is there where you can borrow a debt to make that project work? That's how we can, I think, manage from school or from our treasurer as accountant, from the account or what you have been saving, or rather, we look for a competent partnership to work in a certain project so that we avoid the issue of spending more than our income. Yes.
Okay. Allow me to take you back a bit. You mentioned Talanta MKU as a way of, displaying the financial breakdown for the students to see. Do you appreciate what we do here? And if elected, what will you do different about how people actually view Talanta MKU? Because a lot of leaders have gotten into power, making a lot of promises. We will use Talanta MKU, we will embrace Talanta MKU, but not many of them seem to do that. So what will you do different if elected? Same question to you, Chunga, once he has answered.
Yes, first of all, we should make this. I see you like another TV station. Because the way you conduct yourself, the question that you compose is well framed, is well matured, or rather professional. So, what makes you not to be praised? You see, yeah, I really appreciate how you display your things and without any biasness, you conduct your work. That's one, and I encourage you, from maybe elected from my office, and support any student who need to be interviewed, as you already do. You see, you not only make work in the office, or rather, I think we should now also work, given opportunity to work in the field. And also, I empower all those interns or students, those who are in Talenta program, to take part in school projects. You see, here at least a comrade gets something, and also as they sell their agenda of Talenta, and I think Talenta MK will grow in that way. Thank you.
An advice to the management if they're watching in regards to Talanta MKU?
Yes, my advice to management MKU, I think we should see this as one of the great people working. I have worked with one of your friends from this institution who has been always supporting us in environmental projects, and from your office, that is Brother Wafula. I think you remember him. He's now abroad, where somewhere. Maybe he went for project or work. So
in Rwanda.
in Rwanda, yes, yeah. So he's one of my good friend here. So the way he do his work, you see, what if all projects done, right, by MKU anywhere is posted under Talent MKU, because these people are really invested in displaying the good will of mission and vision of Mount Kenya University. You see, the admin should understand, and if they need be, fully support where they need support. That's all.
Okay, amazing. Chunga?
How would I embrace the Talanta MKU, right?
Yes.
First of all, I would like to appreciate the work that you're doing. Yeah, you've created a platform where even the people who are not taking journalism and mass communication, they're able to get in and have these particular skills. I appreciate it so much. And whatever you do, you're very friendly, and you're helping us a lot in maybe promoting our talents here and there. For example, I once was viewing the president to Beyond Barriers, Mary Simprose, live in MKU Talanta, meaning so many people will be able to see, and she'll able to get support from outside. So of course I support you so much, and maybe to say once I get to the office, or I'll promote you, I'll ensure that I advocate for maybe your rights, and okay, not rights specifically, but maybe your needs, what you're lacking, maybe the cameras and everything. Yeah, and also creating partnerships.
Sorry to cut you short, but we're equipped. The equipments are there. Yeah, so the support is for the comrades, because the crew is consists of students. All of us are students, so the support should go to the students. But I feel like the school has done a great job in equipping us with equipment. So yeah, you can proceed.
Yeah, so as I was saying, also as the finance secretary, my roles to even link with the outside organizations, for maybe, if I can say, if I can put it in this way, we have students who normally go for attachments out. So linking with them, yeah, it would be beneficial, I think, through my office. Yeah.
Okay, I think this is the fifth or fourth time I advise my friend to understand the question. To the administration, what is your advice, for example, or request for Talent MKU? Having well equipped, they don't need demonstration for you to, because MKU is raising leaders, not activists, in terms of demanding for justice in such a way. So, having well equipped, what do you think, or you can advise MKU administration for Talanta?
Advising the institution on MKU Talanta is just continuing to support them where necessary. That's my take, actually. Yeah.
Okay, matters budgeting. This is a very sensitive aspect where some institutions feel like they're left out, some dockets feel like they're left out in terms of budgeting. If elected, how will you ensure that the budget is equitable and all dockets get fair funding? Chunga?
Yeah. Oh, first and foremost, as Chunga, the finance secretary, 2026-2027, I'll start with comprehensive review of the past expenditure, comparing it to the present obligation. Thereafter, I'll just see how the performances have been, because
Allow me to interject also on that point. You go through the previous expenditure and what the previous finance minister did. What if you find out that at some point there was misappropriation of funds? Would you release this information to the institution and to the students?
not really to the institution, to the entire institution, but now what I'll do, I'll work with the dean. This is not a thing for you to dispose or disclose to the entire institution. This thing can already be solved through the dean, telling the deal here, this is what has been, but this is the measures that I have in place to ensure such an error does not occur in future. Yeah.
Before you proceed, Galgalo, same question.
The last question.
Yes, the last question I asked
Okay, I
him.
understand. I know. Okay. First of all, Mr. Chunga, rather,
It's chunga fedha na chunga.
yes, is only proving lack of his transparency. You ask him, will you be transparent to show there may be the mistakes done last time to the administration? Will you report? Or to the student? Will the student be aware? Okay, why are new people elected in? To out-elect bad people or bad governance out. When you elect them out, so that you cannot repeat on the same mistakes, unless you have your own intention or you want to be worse than that person, you should make it clear to the students who elected you, of course, and the administration, who will improve on management. Maybe due to some mistakes, the school is underfunding Mkusa. Now when you are transparent and show all mistakes to the administration, they will see the transparency and the leadership, good governance in you, so that they will fund it well, so that it will work.
On that note, if you release this information to the students first, don't you think that will create chaos in the institution?
Thank you.
The chaos, I'm there to solve. That's why I'm elected in. I'm a
Okay.
leader. I'm a new leader. Yes, you should pinpoint each and every mistakes which have been done.
My point is, assuming you come across a document that clearly shows that the previous finance minister was stealing from the Mkusa, right? What is your first course of action? To relay this information to the necessary authorities, the administration, or to the students first?
First of all, is to the Student Governance Council, which is chaired by President, Vice Chair, and the members are the section. Now, working with those, we are like making them on record. You did this and this. Could you be accountable for this and compensate for the mess that you did?
Okay.
Next step is to the administration. Yes.
All right. So I had asked about matters budgeting. You were still responding, right? Proceed.
So as I'd say that I'll start with comprehensive review, the past expenditure and the present obligation. Yeah, and working closely with the club heads, the students' body, ensuring that the budget allocations reflects the actual needs and priorities. Yeah.
Galgalo,
I think the question you asked was
matters budgeting.
and in relation or working with all dockets.
Yes. Equitable distribution of funds for all dockets.
Which dockets?
All dockets under you, the dockets you chair in terms of finance.
Okay. Now it's making the transparency, working with the all dockets, have representation or leaders. Now making them accountable, making myself accountable to them, I should be transparent and include them in budget making, in proposal writing, in case of we need project, and the analysis of the expenditure. Now,
Okay, moving forward. What are the financial records maintained by a finance minister and their importance? Chunga.
Pardon the question.
What are the financial records maintained by a finance minister under the Mkusa Constitution and their importance?
Oh, okay. The financial records under the finance docket.
Yes.
We have 7 dockets in the Mkusa Council, right? Starting from the president, finance to sports. Yeah, so the financial records, this is not the first regime in power. We have the previous and the other regimes that were there. So the financial records that are actually to be there, I'll look how it has been, how the distribution has been.
You didn't understand my question.
Yes.
Did you take business studies in high school?
Yes, I did.
I'm talking about financial records. I mean like the balance sheets, the ledgers. Yes, exactly. Which financial records are maintained or kept by a finance minister under the Mkusa Constitution?
The book of accounts. Yeah, the book of accounts actually. And but I did in high school computer, the balance sheets and Excel and everything. Yeah.
You're giving us rumors, Chunga. You're not certain of what you're saying. Financial records kept by as an aspiring finance minister, I believe you're supposed to know the books of account that you're supposed to be keeping and their importance. Okay, fine. You're talking about keeping a balance sheet and the Excel sheets. What are their importance?
For transparency and easy tracking of progress of a certain project, if it has been well executed or not.
Chunga, do your findings. Galgalo?
it's really funny. I did not do business, but I did German. Guten Morgen to all the students lernen in the MKU Universität. Schon. Yes, that is German language. Okay. On the budget,
I think.
the book of records.
Yes.
Now this is, for instance, this. Of course, we are dealing with the money or finances and keeping a record. There's allocation from school.
Okay.
That's the first one. There's allocation through partnerships with different organizations.
Galgalo, those are not documents.
Yes.
I'm talking about the documents you're supposed to be maintaining, the financial documents you're supposed to be maintaining as a finance minister.
Financial documents.
Yes.
The finance records and the audited reports and the budget book of, for example, Mkusa, not example, of course, Mkusa. I think that's some of the.
Let me take you through them. These are the key financial records maintained by the Mkusa Finance Secretary according to the Mkusa Constitution. Number 1, income and revenue records. These are documents tracking funds from students' fees, university allocations, or fundraising activities. Number 2, expenditure records. These are vouchers, receipts for all spending on student activities, events, and projects. Number 3, budgetary documents. These are approved budget and tracking of expenditures against allocated funds. And number 4, bank records. These are statements related to the Mkusa bank account.
I think I mentioned from allocation and from the activities, that is through partnerships. Though I did not bring the word that defines all.
Okay, so you both need to do better research. Now, misappropriation of funds. This docket is a very sensitive docket. You're going to be handling student funds, right? How will the students be sure that you will not be misappropriating their funds? Galgalo?
As we have talked earlier, bringing in Talent MKU for the record of budgeting and display. Now through that, there's transparency and accountability. Yes, and that's how we're going to manage our allocated finances, and that's going to where we're going to move our office.
Pardon?
We shall be transparent to students through displaying all projects and the budget and the expenditure. As I mentioned earlier, bringing in the Talent MKU. Yes.
Assuming there are students that do not have access to the internet, because most of the time we operate via social media, YouTube, like right now we are live, and our social media account. Assuming the students who do not have access to the internet, how will they get this information?
Yes. Now, in conferences, for example, or project that we do, we make it transparent for them to ask questions. In every week in MKU, I'm sure there's something happening in Indoor Arena or even MKCC. So students are there.
Okay.
If they are part of that team, they have right to ask a question through their representative or in presence of any Mkusa leader. And our office is open. From the president to the finance, they can come, ask questions, ask for transparency. And I'm sure I'll be accountable for each and everything that office holds.
Chunga?
Question kindly.
Misappropriation of funds. How will you ensure that you do not misappropriate funds, and how will the students actually know that you're not, using the funds for personal interests?
Oh, thank you so much. So, as a finance secretary, I'm not looking forward to have such an incident happening in my office. I'll ensure that funds have properly been placed in places where they're supposed to be. First of all, those 7 dockets, maybe someone, or not maybe, but if I receive a request, maybe a certain amount of certain money is required to do this particular project, and this, we shall sit down with I have a committee, actually, the finance committee. It is mentioned here, the third point under the finance roles. Yeah, sitting down with it. Of course, I want to be alone. Yeah, so that the decision made from that particular committee, it will be a rational one. From there, it will be taken to the Students' Council for ratification. Then it is not just sitting there. It will proceed to the students, to the school senate, so that whatever is being done, there is no misappropriation of funds. Yeah.
Okay. Community-based activities. This is also part of your jurisdiction as the finance minister. Which community-based activities do you have, or have you put in place that you will actualize if elected? Chunga.
Community-based activities. Okay. There's something called public relation. This is all living with the surrounding public in a good way. Actually, I thank the school because they have done one important thing. Just at the flyover, there's a shed where the border riders do reside over there and do their work. Yeah, so that's actually a good relationship between us and the outside community. Also, around Mount Kenya University streets, There are people who are doing their businesses over there. Of course, that is a good relationship between us and them. And then some of the things that I'll be doing as a finance secretary in that particular office is to ensure that I relate well with the surrounding community. For example, carrying out charity events. I was once a member, not once, even up to date, I am a member
Okay.
of doing such charity events. In the church, I was the deputy chairperson to care ministry. We do a lot of care work. And with MC, I don't know if you know MC Jesse, who we do charity events together. At some point, we went to Thika Women to do charity event. We went to Kiganjo, children's home. There's a children's home over there. And we did some charity events. So I think that can help us to improve the relationship between the students, not the students, but the school community and the outside community. Yeah.
Charity events, just that.
Charity events, yeah, like cleaning and so on and so forth. That's my take, actually.
Galgalo?
Okay. In my capacity already, I've done a lot. Just to mention a few, from Bidco to this is Township Estate or Ward, up to General Cargo, we did cleanup. From that's the one event. We did another one in Starehe Estate. That was another project. We did cleanup, distribution of the waste papers in collaboration with the Green Warriors 2.7 Thika branch. And in Kiganjo and Makongeni, I posted it on my status yesterday. We have another event going on, and we shall be there on 31st. And Thika Police Patrol Station, this is railway station. On December, we planted over 100 seedlings there. And in terms of other project, charity, we went to in Ruiru in collaboration with the Environmental Club.
Galgalo, sorry to cut you short. We are going in circles.
Yes.
Those are things you have done.
And that's
I'm talking
what I will
about things you are
increase.
yet to do if
That-
elected.
Of course. If you do something when you're growing up, something positive, it is most likely that you will do it more when you grow up. So, and that's exactly what I'm going to do, implement, make this institution community friendly. We are working with the schools, all the schools here, Thika High, Queen of Rosary, General Cargo, Thika Muslims. We are giving them mentorship through Mkuda, that is Mount Kenya Debate Club. And the tree planting, we are implementing in each and every school here in collaboration with Green Warriors to plant seedlings. At least each scout and environmental member of each and every institution and schools should plant and manage and nurture a seedling. Before that, we shall give mentorship, which we already started.
Okay. Imagine the university delays disbursement of Mkusa funds mid-semester. What 3 decisions do you make in the first 30 days to protect your students? Should I come again? Imagine the university delays disbursement of Mkusa funds mid-semester. What 3 decisions do you make in the first 30 days to protect students?
One, to avoid frustration from my fellow comrades, I'll make this thing public, that it's not by our fault. It's the institution that has delayed the disbursement of these funds. Two, if there's an urgency, my office allows me to go and seek for external links, actually, who will come and chip in and ensure that some of the prioritized things have taken place.
Who are these external links?
Banks. Yeah. That's an example, actually. Yeah, we go share with them our idea that is there is a delay in this particular project, and there's a delay in disbursement of funds, and this project has to take place as early as possible. And because we are leaders and they need us as their clients, of course, they won't hesitate to chip in. Yeah.
Galgalo, I talked about 3. I think you have given me 2.
Yeah. The third one, I can organize a fundraising activity that will help us solve the problem.
Fundraising.
Yeah.
Galgalo?
First of all, it depends on the project that you do. And for us, I don't think a school will delay because I've never had.
In case it happens?
Just in case it happens,
Yes.
we make a good rapport with
Mhm.
organizations and institutions like banks and others to fund or to reinforce our project or effort. That's the first one. And the other one, if the project is not that intense, we can find ways to chip in as leaders because project has to happen. For example, you can't invite, for example, a guest to speak to a student on a mental health, and school maybe hasn't still budgeted for the transportation or facilitation of that person. We can come in as leaders because we are there for them. That thing has to happen, especially on mental issues and other comrade affairs related things. In partnership with banks, we come to display the projects mostly to chip in, so that we take it like as a loan that we can return, and we also look for well-wishers who is ready to support student, who is ready to support comrade for the project. Yes.
Okay. Mkusa collects and manages students' funds, right? According to you, what do you feel is Mkusa's biggest failure?
Mkusa collects.
Sorry? Mkusa collects and manages funds. According to you, what is Mkusa's biggest failure? But you won't answer that right now. We're going on a very brief commercial break, and then you'll respond to that when we come back, okay? So, ladies and gentlemen, do not go anywhere. We are going on a very brief commercial break. When we come back, we will proceed with the Mkusa debates. Do not forget, these are the financial aspirants, the aspirants for the financial minister docket. So do not go anywhere. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. These are the Mkusa debates, the finance docket. Like I had said, you're allowed to send in your questions. We are live on YouTube, on Talanta MKU. We also have a live audience that will be given an opportunity to ask questions later on. Now, we're also live on TikTok, ladies and gentlemen. You can follow us on TikTok or YouTube, all on Talanta MKU. Ahmed has failed to turn up. It is quite clear he is not coming. What is your take on leaders who do not want to show up to, be accountable to the students? Chunga?
Leaders who don't want to show up.
Yes.
According to me, I exactly do not know the reason as to why they have not come. Maybe they are sick or they are held up somewhere. So I can't really judge them. Yeah, if it's a reasonable excuse, that's understood. But if someone has done it because he wants it to be that way, that's not leadership. We need you come out, sell your ideas to your fellow students so that they can know they are dealing with which leader actually. Yeah, that's my take.
Galgalo?
Yes, on our friend Mr. Ahmed, maybe he's got somewhere, or maybe got in some emergency issues. For him, there's no problem. But generally as leaders, time is of essence in the leadership. That's all.
The communication was made early. All of you knew about the debate. So I believe he needed to actually present himself. What do you all think?
So as I had said earlier, that if it's an emergency thing, it's understood. But if he has failed to show up because he didn't want to show up, that's not leadership. And actually, it shows lack of trust in himself or confidence, because leadership is all about influence and the confidence you. Because as a leader, we have visions.
Are you saying that he has grown cold feet?
Not really. I'm not saying that. But as leaders, we have visions. And we can't see the visions through your actions or your absenteeism. We have to hear what you have for us. Yeah, that's my take, actually.
Galgalo?
If you have made earlier communication with him, maybe I don't know what is his response.
We did. It's not a matter of if.
Yes. What was his response to you?
None.
None.
Yes.
Did he pick the call?
He said he will be coming in the morning.
Okay. So he had planned for it.
Yes.
Of course, he's confident. We wish him well, but he should turn up, I think. I don't know whether you give him another platform. Maybe he's caught in emergency still, I believe. If he said he's coming, that is in his plan.
So we should have a debate with him alone.
Yes, I think you can have. There's no problem. Yes, I don't see problem having a talk with him. Yes.
But
okay.
Something to add on. I believe he has a very genuine reason as to why he has not come. And to your side, as fellow aspirants, may we plead that you do not take it offensive. Yeah, because he's our friend. Yeah, that's my take.
Moving on, before we went on that very short commercial break, I had asked a question on sorry. Mkusa collects and manages funds. According to you, what do you feel is Mkusa's biggest failure?
Yes. I think I've said it earlier. I've mentioned it. If needed be, I've mentioned such a word. So now the need has come. I think transparency has been lacking. Yeah. Seeing how our money is being used, being collected, we do not actually understand how this activity is being actually carried out. So, as my friend has put it, Mkusa, we need to be transparent to the entire institution through Talanta MKU. We see how the budgeting is and everything. And for those who are unable to access the network and so forth and so on. I think public notice can do better. Yeah.
Chunga, are you going astray from your words? Because you clearly said you do not feel the need. In your words, you said,
If needed
if
be.
need be.
Yeah.
So what if you do not feel the need?
If
And it is very important for students to actually know about their expenditure. So if need be, is that not making you same as this same Mkusa that you're saying has failed to be transparent?
Not really. I need you to understand. If needed
Make
be.
me understand.
Yeah, if needed be, I do not mean me. If I have been requested by my fellow comrades, we need this one, we need to see how transparent you are and everything. If it's a request made, I will do it. That is...
Wait. Do you know we're actually live?
Yeah, sure.
Why are you lying to people? Chunga, when I asked you about the same question, the question was, should Mkusa publish a detailed financial breakdown every semester? What was your response?
If needed
be. What does that mean? It is not certain. You're not saying, yes, I should actually publish it. So if need be, what makes you different from the Mkusa that you're saying has failed to be transparent and has failed to actually show the students the expenditure? What makes you different from them?
I'm not different. I'm just myself as I was before.
So you're trying to say you will fail also if elected?
Not
Because
really.
according to you, the
Not
failure
really.
is...
Let me make him understand
Uh-huh.
through this question. Let's say you are a father, right? You have to provide for your family each and every day, right? Now, you are just there to wait if the need be of your student for you to, or your children, for you to give them money, provide for them. It is, as a leader, your responsibility to come in, to be straightforward, to provide. There's no time when they need be. There's no time that you should wait that they will come and demand you. Actually, when people are elected there's that gap between leaders and the students who have elected us. And that is what we should reduce first. If you are such a leader, how come a student get that courage of making you accountable through a question?
I think you have not understood me
Make us
very well.
understand
And
you.
I want to make you understand. I have said very well, if needed be, not me. I am a leader. I have to listen to the concerns of each and every comrade of this particular institution, because we are all a family, you understand, and we have different needs. So
I said you are like a father.
yeah, so I am executing my obligations as a finance minister in the office. But if there is a concern that has been risen, that is when now the needed be is coming in.
What if students do not raise this concern? You do not think they're entitled to actually get these financial reports?
Not really. I'll collect feedback. How is my work? How do I execute my obligations? Are you satisfied with my leadership? Are you good with what I'm doing or not? Of course, I must collect new feedback from my fellow students. Yeah, that is the point where the aspect of accountability and transparency comes in. I can't be there just for my own personal interest. No, I need to be there for everybody because I'm a leader. Yeah.
Chunga, let us finish this issue once and for all so that we can move forward. I have asked you a question on the failure, the greatest failure you feel Mkusa has, right? You have talked about accountability and transparency. This failure comes up because they do not actually release the financial documents or like feedback to the students to see. So they're not transparent in their dealings, right? So if I were to ask a failing Mkusa member, the first question I asked you, their response would be, no, I shouldn't be able to release these documents to the students. Which brings me back to your response, which was, if need be, meaning you do not see the necessity to release this. Like, this should be released to the students whether or not they ask for it. True or false? So are you trying to say you're lying to the students?
I'm not lying. I need you to get it clear. Everybody has their own way of doing things. I'm speaking myself. I'm not doing it.
You cannot work in your own way. You are serving Mount Kenya University students. So you cannot do things how you feel like working, right?
Yes.
Okay.
May I add something? I
Please
have
do.
my friend Galgalo, and he has his own strategies. Of course, we'll be guided by the Mkusa Constitution,
Okay.
but he has his own way of executing them, how at his best. And I also have my own way of executing them at my best. I need you to understand that. Yeah.
Galgalo?
Yes, the failures of Mkusa is accountability and involvement. That is when the transparency comes. When I am accountable myself, actually I'm nurturing myself as a leader. I should have accountability. That's the first phase. Then involvement, that is where transparency comes in.
Okay.
When I involve you, when I include you, when I include those who have elected me, when I involve those who have elected me, that is where transparency comes. So the main problem is accountability and involvement.
Okay. Most students actually believe that Mkusa has funds. Mkusa is being funded by the institution. But they do not feel the impact of these funds. Where do you think the disconnect comes in?
Kusa is being funded by the institution, but now the students don't feel like the funding is on, right?
Yeah?
Uh, this is because uh, they do not understand how this thing is done, actually. Yeah, and from what I've said,
The students do not understand what exactly?
how the money is being allocated and the budgeting process and so on and so forth.
Whose fault is that?
The Mkusa members themselves.
Thank you. Uh-huh.
Yeah, so should I continue?
Yeah, you can proceed if
Yeah,
you want
so
to.
the problem, it has failed because the problem itself, it has risen because of the failure of the leaders not to be transparent to the fellow students on matters, to do allocations and budgeting and so on and so forth.
Galgalo?
Yes, pardon your question.
The question was, the Mount Kenya University students are aware that Mkusa...
I got you.
Okay.
Yes. Now, they feel or they know it is funded by school. That was your question. I was thinking
Yes.
a lot that way. That's why question went astray. So the students know that there's these funds, but they don't see,
Yes.
and that is fact. Now, for instance, the financing of projects or activities is the same question of the same problem of Mkusa that I said earlier, accountability and involvement. This money determines who are you in. As leaders, Mkusa, are you working together? Yes, from president to the finance and sport, are you working together? Or you are just working with finance and sport to do away or to misappropriate the funds? Are you doing that? Or you are sitting on the table and making bold and solid decision for that money? And that the problem is the involvement. Who are you involving? A student council. Are you involving all? Of course, if you involve all, it doesn't go. The money doesn't get lost, and it will be accounted for.
But I beg to differ because during the previous Mkusa, there were allegations that the previous council was using student fund to finance their lavish lifestyle and their constant trips. We would see them on constant vacations and, they were even termed as tourists. What do you intend to do different if elected?
Yes, I don't think, you see, when two people are together, the third one is an evil. And that's why I said finance minister and, for instance, sport minister. When 5 heads or 7 heads are together, I don't think they can do that. And that, under my leadership, it won't happen. And comrades must be served. MQU's mission and vision should be met.
Chunga?
According to me, I think creating awareness to the entire community will be key, because do you know the students themselves who are the bosses now of the Mkusa members can
Mm-hmm.
sue these people, because now they don't know how to go about it, and they do not know that they can sue them, they can hold them accountable of what they are doing. They are letting them to be the tourist path that you said. Yeah, so I think creating awareness and telling them that this is what is ought to be done, and if you see it, such things are not executed, you can go and sue such leaders.
Apart from Talanta MKU, how do you intend to create awareness? Apart from Talanta MKU and social media, how do you intend to create awareness on the same?
We have notice boards in the institution that one can do better. Yeah.
Galgalo?
Yes, we have a notice board, as my friend has said. Apart from that, we have all social media managed by MKU. So we involve all media stations. You said apart from Talanta.
Yes, and
Yes.
social media.
Yes, any other social media around the school, there's a lot of MKU platforms. We shall use that. And also there's a student viewpoint, and that's where most of the students discuss, and it is easily they raise their view. Most of the leaders elected, they will go inactive, or inactive rather, once they are elected in that platform, because they know what they are doing. And once they come in, they were just to use maybe bloggers to even destroy the community. That is what I mean, the viewpoint, for example.
Okay.
You see, now, that's how we can display our concern, because there's a lot of students who are ready to advise or to question on what is there and what is not there. Yes.
Moving on, we have students who are actually going through financial hardships in the institution, and they have, school fees issues and stuff like that. So, which relief mechanisms do you intend to run, not promise? Which realistic relief mechanisms do you intend to run in your tenure? Chunga.
According to me, with the assistance or in collaboration with the MKU Scholarship Foundation, I think this one will be so much effective. I'll make a public notice that if at all you are unable to raise fees, you make earlier application that I don't have fees, so that we can know how best we can help you through Mount Kenya University Scholarship Foundation. Yeah, and maybe the class we can mobilize. For example, in Viewpoint, we have actually helped some people to get relief in maybe housing and fees, like that. Yeah.
How many people benefit from the foundation, the scholarship foundation in the institution?
Personally, I have just one live example that by myself I saw with my eyes that he has been helped more than 50,000 for the
Exactly my
semester.
point. It is not effective for many students. Only a few manage or are actually lucky enough to get funded by the sponsorship, right? So what about these other individuals? Because I believe there are very many students in the institution who are facing such challenges. So what about them?
To the entire, maybe the rest of the population that is facing the same challenge, but they have not been able to access the funding through the Mkusa or Mount Kenya University Scholarship Foundation, we can implement ways such that, for example, we can do a fundraising. For example, I'm a member of CU, and we have done it not once, not twice. Some people have failed to pay fees, and we were there for them, helping them 10 bob, 20 bob. So as for me, I'll try my best to work with my fellow leaders in the Mkusa Dockets, yeah, telling them like we have these students and they are facing these financial challenges in terms of fee. So we help each other, we chip in, and if maybe we can call outside donors to come and help us, and as they help us, they also get visibility. Yeah, I think that can do better.
Galgalo.
Yes, I think MKU last year, if I'm not wrong, they allocated about 5 million to the student. And due to students not applying, there's no enough students did not apply. I think from the office, they call out for more application, made open to more application because about 1 million or plus remained. And MKU is really supporting. But how can we make awareness? Or how can we make this track record so that the deserving student gets, right? Not just those who apply, deserving student. So working with the Office of the Finance and Registrar, and we shall find who are the students mostly lagging behind, who are students paying late payment, who are students have a deficit and they have a unit, and that's because they have a balances. So through that way, I think we can solve one. The other one, making them awareness of the CDF bursary disbursement. There's period for each and every constituency. Yes, from all over the country. So we find out that when is bursary from that area, Migori, for instance, or Nakuru, when are they disbursing? So we make awareness in all these platforms. Apply for this bursary.
Allow me interject a bit. I have an example of Homa Bay County, for example.
Okay.
The bursary allocated is usually 5,000 shillings.
Okay.
5,000 shillings.
Okay.
And the school fees in Mount Kenya University is roughly 40-something thousand shillings for, roughly, right?
Okay, yes.
And the bursary is 5,000 shillings. How do they raise the rest of the money?
Yes, and maybe for maybe Migori and other constituencies, let's say Kiharu, they should understand that there's difference between private school, private institutions, and public. You understand? So when they are allocating money, because, okay, let's just don't judge this money is not misappropriated, because CDF money does a lot of things, not only funding a student, but I encourage them to understand that there's a lot of money required of us, unlike maybe public students, which are under HEF and HELP organization support. Yes, for students, those who are within, for example, the bursary is getting maybe slow, though the discussion is not about the CDF. The institution should come in under that scholarship still to support. And also, we request the office of the management to allow us to have that room for the students, those who are having the deficit of the school fees, to be listened to through Mkusa and representative from administration, so that it is not biased. Because if we say only Mkusa, I know who to bring there, you see. But when administration or any other intellect is involved, let's say from Christian Union, a person of good faith, from Muslim society, a person of good faith, for this discussion, so that the judgment is made appropriately, not on biasness.
There have been allegations that there is selective funding or delayed funding for particular clubs and societies, that is. So what will you do different if elected to ensure that all clubs receive fair funding and all clubs are treated equally in terms of finances? Chunga?
Yeah. First of all, personally, I believe we are all one family in Mount Kenya. Yeah. We do not have people, I don't know, this color or this color. No, we are all one community in Mount Kenya. So I will treat each and every club in terms of funding equally. but depending on the urgency, priority, and the impactful of they may be the project that they are taking. Because like last time, AOLF were hosting Piolo Lumumba in this school. Yeah. So you see, such a forum, it's very, very much important because we will get to learn a lot from there because we are all leaders as young men and women. We are all leaders from the communities we are coming from. Yeah, everybody believes that this person has gone to campus and is coming back with a lot of impact to the community. So effectiveness is key. And also, I will not be biased on anyone. I don't know, because they have this, if provided the activity that they're taking, it's impactful, we are not judging. Yeah, we will not delay the money or be discriminative. Yeah.
Galgalo.
Yes, having been the chairperson of the Mount Kenya University Environmental Club last year, now the problem maybe we face, we don't see even those leaders, but we shall involve, for instance, administration. I personally involve the administration to work with Pastor Dan, who is the clubs and associations coordinator, to bring fair distribution of any allocation being done to clubs. And for instance, club mostly needs transportation, and associations need mostly transportation. Working with the school, requesting to maybe being part of the discussion of maybe student affairs, I will request the school to find the club bus, especially for transportation, so that at least we don't rely on the buses, because MKU is very busy. The buses are not there most of the time. You see, when you have certain project, for instance, charity visit or cleanup, there's sorry, there's ready bus for club and association at a given time. You see, so that they can also plan their time as club depending on the timetable structure, or even work together and do something. Yeah, for funding, school have been supportive, I think so. For instance, as environment, we never faced such a problem. When we need a bus, we have been given. When we need something, refreshment, we have been provided. So I think it's just to improve. If there's club being locked out or lagging behind, we shall bring them forth so that they will do fair.
We had talked about the allegations of Mkusa using the student funds for personal gains and personal benefits. What are the checks, if elected? What are the things that you will do to ensure that this does not take place? Chunga.
Mean using funds for personal gain, right? Yeah. Personally, I won't like such a thing to happen in my regime. Yeah. As the finance secretary, being okay, apart from me being a leader in that particular office, I am committed to help my fellow comrades. So I'll help to hold accountable each and every member of Mkusa. Yeah, that everybody should execute their obligations as per the constitution. And if that is not happening, I'll liaise with the dean, and if the dean allows me, I'll make it available to the entire community. Yeah, so that each and every leader will be accountable and execute their obligations in the office.
Galgalo, same question.
Yes, as the good book says, we serve God through serving people, right? Now, first of all, what you should know is that this thing is not easy, as you say. Student electing you, students choosing you isn't easy. Once you are chosen, you have been chosen through God, right? Now you should put God first. Am I fair enough? And the entire, I think, debate can be, from my side, can be answered by the accountability and involvement. You see, who are you involving? Who are you working with? Right? Who are you involving? Who are you working with? Are you, after election, you will not be elected by a few of maybe your close allies. You are elected by first friends, those who are there. So after after you have been elected in, are you working with only those, or you are involving all? So in that regard, nothing will go amiss.
What if, like, my question is, what if it actually happens and a Mkusa member actually does misappropriate funds or uses Mkusa funds for their own dealings? In your own capacity, what do you feel should be done to such a person?
Yes, I believe and pray, which is not me. Just in case such things happen, there's administration. We shall report to such and such is happening. Okay, first of all, we have advice among ourselves that we tolerate, we advise one another to cooperate. But if that person persists in his mismanagement, or is not a person who can listen to us, for instance, there's another level. We bring them to the administration. Yes.
Okay, so like I had said earlier, I had failed to inform you guys that we also have the election commission here with us. So we also have a live audience that will be given an opportunity to ask questions. So this opportunity I'll give to the commissioners that are here with us.
Okay, thank you so much. My name is Mraguri Nderitu Victor, part of the commission. Maybe I have one question that I'll start with. For instance, you inherit an office that has an existing deficit. What are your first steps that you'll take?
Delgado can go first.
Inheriting the office that has already a deficit. So first of all is to work and plan on how we cannot fully compensate that deficit, but find a way that we can cover that deficiency, maybe partially. Then, as we continue with our new project, which we have been allocated or given.
Chunga.
Yeah. According to me, I'm in an office where there has been a persistent deficit in the particular office, right? This thing, I won't keep quiet for it. I have to call my fellow leaders and tell them I am transparent to you that this office, it has a deficit, and it is not the first time the deficit has been here. And after the discussion, we take it to the dean. We discuss together with the dean first, so that matters be live. We don't have to do things behind the scene. Then thereafter, we are asked what happened here. We don't have anything to give us feedback. No. So I'll liaise with the Mkusa team and the administration. We see how best we can go about it. Yeah, that's my take.
Okay, thank you. Having in mind that finance is a department and is a docket that runs all around the 7 Mkusa dockets. Now, what comes first, cutting cost or increasing the income?
According to me, I believe when we cut the cost, the income will increase. Yeah, sure.
Do you have something to say, Galgalo, on the same?
Yes, if you cut the cost, the project will be underproductive, or will not be productive. So we shall think between cutting the cost is really not advantageous to students, because we need funding. We need to increase funds where it is required. We don't just cut the cost, because it will affect us as a student. We need several projects. We need to come up with another one. So cutting the cost will even reduce the ones existing. Yet we need a lot. For example, we need mental health program in our office, and that calls for another funding. Already we are increasing, but if we say we are reducing, how can we bring in another one? So we increase.
Thank you. Now, on increasing, where do we find these funds to increase? Because we are now increasing. And we have a budget that it has been stipulated, this is the amount that we are given.
Yes, we increase through requests from the administration, through the school dean.
Let me add on what I've said. I believe cutting cost is very key, because cutting cost does not mean the activity fails to take place. It means we are doing away with the necessary things. Do you know it will create more funds for more activities to take place than when we increase? When we increase the funds, we meant to limit some of the activities or projects that are to take place, and because the funds are not sufficient. Yeah.
One of my last questions, and a very key one to my perspective, what is more dangerous, corruption or financial literacy?
Allow me take it. Financial illiteracy is very bad, because if we do not have the skills on how to manage our finances, make a wise decision on how okay, you do not have any technical skills about finances, you do not have anything to do with finances, automatically corruption will be in. You do not know how money is being spent. You do not know how money is being generated. You do not know how much is being put in place for people to benefit.
Chunga, allow me ask you something.
Yes.
I believe if you're financially illiterate, this is something that can be dealt with. If you're genuinely a good person and you're willing to learn, you can actually learn about and be financially literate, right? But a corrupt person, this is someone who has accepted that they're corrupt and they're doing bad things willingly. Don't you think corruption is worse than financial illiteracy?
I believe financial illiteracy is worse than corruption, because once, for example, I'm committed to empower my fellow students through financial literacy. Once we have the skills and we know if something takes place or corruption happens in this way, we are able to hold this person accountable. But if we focus on just corruption will take place daily, provided we do not have the skills or we do not have knowledge about how the corruption is taking place. Yeah.
So you'd rather...
So the financially literate person should be corrupt?
I'm not saying that. People should be informed.
That is what you are saying.
Let me
You are
finish.
exactly supporting whether you are literate or illiterate.
Allow me finish.
Corruption should continue.
Allow me finish. We should be illiterate to curb corruption. We can't curb corruption if you're not illiterate. If you are not literate. Yeah,
so do you prefer a corrupt leader to a financially illiterate leader?
I'm not saying that. We should be first informed, thereafter we curb corruption.
Galgalo, same question.
See, it is really hard to advise a fool because they know their perspective or they think they are right. Now, I don't support. Corruption is the worst. An illiterate person can be advised, is not a fool, to manage the finances or how to budget. So corruption is the worst thing.
Have they answered your question?
Kinda, no problem.
Okay. Proceed.
Okay, my name is Vanessa Njoroge, and I'm a member of the commission. So I only have one question to the two aspirants. And I was asking, how will you ensure that the financial reports are understandable and accessible to the kawaida comrade? Since in school, most of the comrades don't understand what's happening. So how will you ensure they understand that?
According to me, making the budgeting processes be understood to the fellow comrades, it's one of my key concerns actually, because I've been in this school and I've never seen such a thing taking place, and it has been a great concern to us. So I'm intending to do this through the public notice, because if we say online, not all people who can access information online. Other people don't have that on the internet. But in the public office, but in the public notice, it's very easy. For example, where the timetable is being placed for people to see their classes and the timetable and all, it's easy because people always visit that particular place to check their classes. So I think publishing it and keeping it in the public notice, it would be a better option.
Galgalo?
Yes, I believe it is through making awareness. For example, when you introduce a financial literacy program, those comrades are involved. Mount Kenya University comrades are involved. They, they, were, they, were, they will have that question. How is Mkusa, for example, as Mkusa maybe a finance secretary, when I come with such a project, I should show them, for example, from my office, this is what's happening. For accountability, we had earlier talked, I think you came a bit late. We had earlier talked. We make it displayed through all MKU platform and also Talanta from the screen, and they know what's happening. Yes.
Sorry, I had one more question that I'd forgotten about. We were talking about balance deficit. Now, what do you do when a deficit is caused by your own mistake?
Chunga?
What do I do when a deficit is caused by my own mistake? I think this is a matter of me being accountable, because it's me who have done it. Yeah.
I do not believe you have answered the question, right? Kindly respond to the question. A balance deficit has occurred. What do you do in such a case? You will be accountable. How? By doing what?
Because it's my mistake, I won't give these obligations to my fellow comrades. I'll have to sit down with the fellow Mkusa, make it transparent that this mistake, I've done it, and we will help each other on how to navigate in such a problem.
Galgalo?
As deficit is, as defined, is caused by institution or government underfunding.
Yes, now remember this, on my part, deficit comes in the total expenditure or the total amount of money you are given is, let's call it around 50,000. Okay. That's the total amount that you have. Okay. But you've worked with an exceeding, like you have done with 65,000. Now we have 15,000 deficit. Now, that was your own mistake. Now, how will you do it? Because the deficit has come from your maybe poor planning or management of the funds that you are given.
Okay, as long as that deficit is caused by work well done. Because the...
Remember my question, your own mistake, not work well done.
Okay, that is mistake, and I'm sure it will not happen if I am elected in. And that's the simple way I can answer you. It won't happen.
It has happened, Galgalo.
It won't happen if it is me.
Galgalo, we are speaking hypothetically.
Okay.
So, yes, hypothetically, you're in office, it happens, you overspend.
It happened. I'll compensate from my pocket.
From your pocket?
Yes.
Okay. Do we have any other question? Proceed.
Okay. I have another question. In cases where students have missed the MKU scholarship and they applied for bursaries at their homes, and yet they missed because the government said they are in a private university, they have money. What will you do in such cases?
Allow me respond to that, and I think we have addressed it earlier. Yeah, but to be brief, we've said if such plans have failed, we will be in a position to raise awareness that this is what has happened, and maybe let's say to the entire institution, where we understand that there is sometimes get restrictions because of people not paying fees on time, right? Yeah, as it is as at now, I first of all want to thank the current government of Kiprono for making it possible for the get restriction to be done away. Yeah, and personally, I am going to work close with him to ensure such get restriction have been done away in my regime as well. Yeah, that is what to enable comrades to do their cuts. Then coming to the main exam now, it will give us a good time for those who have fee challenges to look for money with other ways. One of them, fundraising. For example, in the CU, we have been done it not once, not twice. Yeah, and also I've said calling donors from outside, telling them we have this challenge because of the late disbursement of money. Please come through for us. We have a fundraising. And as you do it, you'll be increasing your visibility. Yeah.
We look for well-wishers. For example, we went to library in Kenya Museum last year. There's two students who lacked their fees from different institutions. We discussed. As we talk, we raised that concern because library is attended by different intellects, those able people, and they were fully supported, actually sponsored. So making awareness of there is such and such a student existing can even we can fund through requesting from well-wishers. You know who? Let's talk to that person for this matter. There's a lot of organizations that support the students' welfare or in terms of fees. Yeah.
You've been answered?
Yeah, it's okay.
All right, thank you so much, gentlemen. My name is Elijah Kimtai, or many people refer me as Super Delegate Elijah Kimtai. I've got 3 questions. I don't know if you can note somewhere or you can just have them. So my first question is, how can you help students? Most of the students don't know how to manage their finances. How can you help the students who really look forward for in the university to manage their finances? Maybe they want to start a business somewhere, but now their finances. Secondly, as you all aware, there is this group, a very big platform actually for MKU. It's called the Mkusa Original Viewpoint. In some cases, it happens that some students do contribute whenever there is an incident happening in the student. But now there is this thing, we are not clear where this money goes on. For example, the other day we lost a student and the students collected some amount of money. But again, the other day I was seeing some students saying, oh, your pesa ilikulwa. They aren't clear where the money went from. How can you help? It seems you are in the finance docket. How can you help those students answer those questions? Are you able to come and intervene for the students? Thirdly, about the Mount Kenya University Foundation and stuff, most people don't know actually, they are not aware. How can you do that? Because actually, a lot of students out there, they lack school fees, but now they are not aware about the MKU Foundation. And again, my last question. We talk about in this institution, before you do an examination, you must finish your school fees. But now, if you have got, if you have paid 80% and the exams are already there, can you help that student do the exams, but now again come back and finish the 20% later? Thank you.
Allow me start with the last question. This is an institution. It's not my homestead. Yeah, I came, I found it the way it is, and I can't tamper with the principles of this particular institution. What I can only do is to ensure that the gate restriction has been done away in my regime as well, so that students are in a position to sit for their cards.
Wait. You are elected and you have manifestos and you're telling students, I'll do this. Not everything in your manifesto is something that is actually in the institution. You are saying you found the institution in a particular way. How do you intend to come about with the changes you intend to come about with if you do not tamper with the normal operations in the institution, especially the gate restrictions?
But now, in this particular institution, we have workers. These workers need to be paid. We have the lecturers, we have the gate men and women's and staffs. So paying school fees, we cannot do away with that. We must, but now we must come up with ways where we can help our fellow students not to get any restrictions from attending class and doing their class and doing the exams. Yeah.
Okay, the question is, I repeat for you. I'm here to help him understand. So, in case of a balance of 20 or even 500, that student will not sit for exam. Getting into the gate is not the solution to get into the exam room or a get exam card. What is your solution?
Just 500. 500, I can produce 500. And if there are several of them, we can liaise with the Mkusa members and see how best we can do it.
Yes, 500 you can pay. 50,000?
Yeah. 50,000. There now comes the aspect of seeking our external donors to come and chip in helping us to do away with such a problem. Yeah, we have organizations such as the financial organization, I&M Bank visits us in this particular institution. Oftenly, it does that. We can call the Safaricom Foundation to come and help us. As they do that, they get visibility. And of course,
there's no access to those people, and it is too late.
So we shall make arrangement and tell students, if you are unable to raise funds within before this period, you communicate earlier so that early arrangements can be done. Yeah.
To do what exactly at the gate? Do away with the biometrics?
Not biometrics, but gate
do
restrictions. Because as at now, we are not facing gate restrictions. Yeah. Because I've seen it by myself. There is no gate restrictions.
Gate restriction is not the problem. Maybe even you can get through on the fence.
Not
but
really. That one,
we need to access exam room.
Never.
We need to access exam room.
You can't get to the institution using another route with an exception of the gate.
We have
okay, they are in the institution. Fine. You have done whatever you mean you're going to do at the gate. They get into the institution. What about accessing the exam halls now?
Okay, I believe one thing. Once you have done the exam, or once you have done the CAT, the examination, you can do it, you can do in your special ones. Because the special ones,
final year student want to graduate, and you are telling him or her to come for special the other year.
So they should just be in school, special exams, the units to pile up. You just do the CAT, you don't do exams. You have special units.
My friend, surrender. You don't have
I'm not
solution
saying
for
that.
Let me help you.
No, let me finish.
Finish and then Galgalo, you give us your solution.
Yeah, I believe this. Not all days you will lack fees. Yeah, because for you to be in this particular institution, it means you have a source which is helping you to stay in this particular institution, right? Yeah, and if maybe at some point the source has delayed, it's where now we chip in to help you. We will not give you. We are not promising to give you funds from first year to fourth year. I'll be lying. Let me be transparent. We are just helping you for a short period as you wait for your source to be revived. That is what I'm trying to mean. Yeah. So I think that one I've answered it. Yeah. About financial literacy, that is my key point. And basically that one I can base there. That's why I've said, comparing corruption to financial literacy, I am fighting financial illiteracy because that one is what is doing. People cannot put corrupt people accountable of what they are doing. Yeah. So for me, I'll organize events, workshops, and seminars, and creating platforms where professionals in the field of financial industries can come to the institution and teach us financial literacy. Yeah, I think that one is well answered. Kindly may I get the other question?
Do you have an objection on the same?
Okay, there is
Okay, okay.
a last question about the Mkusa Original Viewpoint Group. There is a...
There's a question which haven't been answered yet.
Yeah, that is another question. It has not been addressed. That's why.
Question.
I've got 3 questions.
With that, it is 4.
Pardon?
Yeah, plus that one is for.
Let's answer the 4.
read out 3 questions
Yes.
initially,
Exactly.
and
Then
you're
you have
reading out
added,
another one. So those are 4 questions.
Not actually,
You're
I'm
repeating the 3rd question.
Exactly,
Okay,
yeah, for
proceed.
the sake of Chunga.
Yeah. So about Mkusa Viewpoint, that one, I saw the concern which you are talking about, that people are saying we have frozen this cash because of the death of a certain person. Yeah. So as a leader, yeah, I'm still on that, working on that. I want to ask the treasurer, where is the money? We need full report. You tell us this is how the money was used. And we need people as well to confirm this was what was done, so that each and every one who contributed, or even those who have not contributed, can be satisfied with what we have done. So that such a thing, when it rises in future, we are able to come and chip in, because there's transparency and accountability. Yeah.
Thank you.
Delgado?
Yes, answering the 3 question, I think it's not about viewpoint. But I will answer my 3 questions. So, the first one is about the financial literacy, which is making most of our students, or even, let's say, us, go under stress and even depression. Now, the first solution to the financial literacy, I seated here, I work for Spark Organization Africa that trains leaders on different aspects. Treasury for free, leadership, the general leadership chairpersons, and every other stuff, and even as a secretary. So that organization will come in, already they are there, they come and support these comrades. And I will look for other organizations that train on literacy program. Another one is comrade to comrade program, which should remain, and the organization or group should exist and continue growing, even after I leave the institution or the office. So that's the first program, by comrades for comrades. You train me, you advise me on literacy programs, and things will be continuous. Yes. The other question, gate restriction. About gate restriction, I think,
That
I
was
know.
Okay.
Yes, I remember. So about guest restriction, we go to the administration, request for the lift of the restriction so that they can access exam room. But when a student continue next semester, at least they should have paid a certain amount.
How possible is
For
that, Galgalo? How practical is that? Because assuming they do not pay the school fees for this semester because they cannot access it, allowing them to do the exams, for them to pay later on, I mean in the next semester, it means they're carrying forward a debt. If they were unable to pay it this semester, how sure are we that they'll be able to pay it next semester, now that it has actually accumulated to 2 semesters' fee?
And
Yes,
in addition to that, before he asks a question, I think it's practical when it's 2 or 3. But now Mount Kenya University carries a large number of students, and majority of them can't try. So I'm concurring with our moderator. How practical is that?
Mount Kenya is not only this one, but Mount Kenya is everywhere. And Mount Kenya is very rich. If it can sponsor and budget for 5 million, for let's say 100 students here, it is very easy. It's walkover. Anyway, that is his question. But-
Galgalo, Mount Kenya University is rich, but how practical is that in terms of business? Because this is someone's business. This is a private university. You cannot be playing with someone's business, saying that because he is wealthy, he should be sponsoring. Because I'm sure people who have school fees issues are not just 100 or less. They are in their thousands. So assuming you allow thousands of students to school for free, don't you think the school will go bankrupt?
I think there's no point we have said it is for free. We are talking about how that these students do this exam. For example, if you want to continue with your studies, if you are a journalist, if you want to live at 2.2, it is your choice. If you do, for example, with a deficit of 20,000 and did the exam and went, it is your choice. But if you are allowed to do with that deficit, when you want to progressively study, when you come back, you have to clear the deficit, you see, for you to continue. But what you are asking the administration is this student who is ready to learn. I'm talking of those who are ready to learn. Allowed to do the exam, but on resuming, they should have paid, cleared, and a certain amount for this other semester, for them to be allowed to register for the unit, of course.
In all honesty, that is not practical,
Okay.
but we can move forward.
Because that is the
Maybe
request.
just to add on that,
Uh-huh.
in MKU, we close in less than a week. How practical is it that I'll finish my exams on a Friday? I have a week to be at home, maybe to be on holiday. Then again, I open. I had a deficit of 20,000. I'm resuming after 1 week. Where will I get that amount of money now on my next semester that I'm starting?
And to add on that, where will I generate this money to come and pay so that I can continue? Because there's already a deficit, and I have to pay for the next semester. How practical is it?
Yes, about the scholarship we have talked. When it comes to such emergency issues, still a student, we request for the exams, right? When exams is allowed, this student, for example, is an individual, we have tried all means. Now, you advise them, now literally, to go and at least source something, so that he or she can come and resume. It's just the best advice that we can give after all possible scholarship that we have tried. Yes.
He has answered all your questions. Any other question from the audience? I believe it's on.
Yes, I have two questions. There's a question that was asked about the deficit, and both of you said the solution was...
Be audible.
There was a question that was asked about deficit, and both of you, your solutions were defunding. So I assume that each and every project that you will be funding in this institution will be of importance. So do you feel that it will be proper for you to defund an important project so that you can cater for the deficit issue? And is it reliable? And my second question is, what if you are elected into office? What is that one unpopular decision that you will take as a finance minister that will be for the good of us students in the long run?
Thank you so much. Allow me start with the last question. Okay, of course, accountability will be my priority. But one thing that I'll ensure it is of long run is what we call financial literacy. That this has been a problem for the longest, because the school produces teachers, but now day in, day out, they run from hand to mouth. Till the people back there, they say, going to campus, it's nothing, because people do not know how to manage their finances. But imagine in Mount Kenya, we have introduced what we call financial literacy through my office, where students know how to save wisely, invest smartly, and make informed financial decisions. This is the dream I believe in, where our awareness to finances becomes an empowerment, not a barrier to our progress. Yeah. That is the first question. Then come up with the second question, the first one. because I've answered the second one.
Okay, you haven't really even answered the second one because I was saying, what is that one unpopular decision that you would take as a finance minister that in the long run will be of good to us students? Meaning, yes, that decision can be good, but you are tackling something that has been of nuisance to us students. Probably it was probably specific people. But you as a finance minister decided to tackle that issue. For example, like corruption in our country. Many leaders come in and say, if you elect me, I will curb this nuisance. But when they go in, they find probably there are cartels or people there who probably wouldn't make them be able to deliver on their promise. So that's why I'm saying, if you are elected as a finance minister, what is that one unpopular decision that probably it will hurt people, or probably it will make you look as a bad person to specific people, but to us students in the long run will be of benefit?
Yeah. So I'm still emphasizing on what I've said. Financial literacy is what I'll do for the sustainability and for long run to my regime. I don't believe it will cease from where I've started. Yeah, I believe it will proceed even at the end of my regime.
Allow me ask you, who will be offended if you actually decide to advocate for financial literacy? No one. This is something that, it's not really unpopular. It is not really, it's something that everyone would embrace. I believe in his question is talking about something that, like he said, a particular group might feel like that they're offended or affected by your decision, but people will see the benefits of it in the long run.
Oh, okay. I've gotten your point now. Holding each and every Mkusa member accountable of what they are doing, so that to curb this, what we call tourism, I don't know what, that stuff. Because so we have entered, okay, we have voted in some leaders, and we have, at some point, we have not seen them in school. Yeah, we've just seen them in the semester that they are elected in, and the next semester they are disappearing from school. So meaning services from the office, we can't enjoy them because we are students, and being students, we have to benefit from each and every office, because each and every office has got their obligations to fulfill. So I think holding each and every member of Mkusa accountable of what they are doing, and failure to do that, we are liaising with the dean and see how best we can do that. I think that one, I've made myself clear.
The first question I had asked was, they had earlier asked you about the deficit issue, and both of you had said that your solution was defunding other projects, probably from clubs and other places that probably the finance department is financing. And I was telling you, I assume that each and every project that you are funding is of importance, right? So will it be right for you to defund one project so that to cater for problem that you have? Is it really reliable?
There's a question my good friend has asked between cutting the costs and increasing the amount. Which one is good? And I've responded by saying cutting cost is very good, because if we cut cost, we are creating more funds to fund more activities or projects that will benefit the group or all of us. So according to me, I'm looking forward to cut cost of what we are doing, or to maximize our expenditures, so that the money can be used to satisfy each and every area. Because for an activity to be allowed to take place, it means it's very, very much important. So we are not looking forward to bring in biasness. I don't know, this is supposed to be funded, but this one can wait. No, I'm not looking towards that. Yeah.
You answered? Galgalo, same questions?
Yes, the first one. Every project, as you said, brother, is of great essence. and it shouldn't be underfunded. That's a mistake first. You have to admit, no matter what. But how can you go about the deficiency or deficit? You see? So we should have a solution for that. We call for the increase of the budgeting. That's where we can solve the deficiency or the deficit. So once we solve that, we come to continue with the project. But underfunding is will create another problem for the project which has to be done, and that's what you should avoid. That's basically an advice from you if I take. Thank you. The second one, if you could repeat. Just a hint, I will remember.
What is that one unpopular decision?
Yes, I've remembered, okay. Yes, unpopular decision is that I'll make is student involvement in the leadership. You see, we elect leaders from now, when you elect, until they exit the office, you will never get them. The involvement is such a lot that you just see them from far or from the office. That is the president. That is finance minister. Now, when you come to student level, I will advise my fellow council to come and involve the students. Let's increase the inclusivity. If there's activations going on, who are the ones involved? Is it the obvious people or all? So the involvement, which we shall try to implement in our constitution, and it will remain there. That will be unique.
Now, as we conclude, I'll give you both an opportunity to ask each other a question. Chunga, throw a question at Galgalo. Galgalo, the same at Chunga. Any question?
Okay, my question is very simple. Shall in case you have taken the mantle, now you are the finance minister, which is your vision?
My vision is to make Mkusa work, to bring all leaders together, those who will be outvoted, those who will be voted in, those who to work with everyone, and is to change the Mkusa to be live, to be student engagement, and easy to serve the affairs of the comrades.
Galgalo, question?
Yes, my question. I'll ask him the similar question. What will you do?
Oh, okay, thank you so much. My vision is very simple. I want to create an environment where it is an interactive environment. We are leaders, and we are to deliver to the comrades. We are obligated to bring service to the comrades. So working together with each and every Mkusa member with unity, so that our voice can be one. We don't bring about division and so on. And something that I'll do it in my office, and that has been my desire once I get there, is to provide opportunities for professional growth, networking, and skill development, equipping each and every one of us with financial literacy skills. Yeah.
Okay. We had a live poll, and so that you do not relax. Should I give you guys the results from the poll? So there's work to be done. Chunga had 56%. Galgalo, the voting was done today during this live. So we put up a poll and people were voting. So far, Chunga has garnered 56%, Galgalo 38%, and Ahmed 6%. Yeah, so you need to work. Is it on?
Yeah. To to the online viewers, thank you so much, because you are so much concerned of your leaders on their visions and what they have for you. Thank you so much, and God bless you so much. And we are here as leaders. We are ready to serve you. Anything. Be free to access my office. Be free to ask me anything. I'm ready to collaborate with every one of us without any biasness or discrimination. Yeah.
Is that your parting shot?
Um,
I'm giving you an opportunity to, talk to the students, sell yourself, tell them, to vote for you as we finalize.
okay.
You can look into the camera. I believe that is your camera.
Thank you so much. So, thank you so much for hosting us, first of all.
Thank you for
so
coming.
much for joining me, my friend Galgalo, because if it were not for you, this forum could not be interactive the way it has been. Yeah, and I'm seated here. I'm an aspirant for the finance docket, and I'm looking forward to serve and represent the affairs of the Mkusa. Yeah, as you all know me, I'm Chunga and interested in finance office, and committed to the students' body. I am committed to work with all of us, ensuring that I create an environment where each and every one of us can thrive. I've already spoken of my vision is to provide opportunities for professional growth, networking, and skill development. So I am urging each and every one of us to join me and support me so that we can make change. Yeah, because we have so many people, so many community represented, but I can see the way it has been the finance. I don't want to talk about what has been the trend in the office, but I'm just urging to support Chunga. My slogan is Chunga Fedha na Chunga. Yeah, thank you so much.
Galgalo.
Thank you very much, Mkiu Talanta, for hosting us. And thank you, commissioners and representatives, for your questions. And to my fellow students out there and my fellow comrades, delegates, I respect you so much, and that's why my slogan is by comrades, for comrades. By comrades, it is by you. I will be elected. And for comrades, you elected me to serve you. I'll be there for you. So otherwise, I wish each and every aspirant well. Choose your leader wisely. Choose leader who have experience, who have at least something that he or she have done. Choose new Mkusa, choose live Mkusa again. Let's revive Mkusa. Thank you very much.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, that has been the debate for the Finance Ministry docket, and we have had very enlightening conversations. I hope that through this debate, you've been able to make a decision. If not, at least through the questions we have asked, you have been able to identify who's best suited for the position of the Finance Ministry in Mount Kenya University. Thank you very much for joining us. This has been the Mkusa debates. We are still here. Do not go very far. We will be coming back with the Academics Ministry docket. My name is Ayata Naomi Akinyi. Thank you very much for being here with us. Have a lovely day.